Okay, so we did the drawing part, half of it, and the next is the algebra parts. All right, so first one is the sum of the angles in any triangle is 180 degrees. The sum of the angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. A plus B plus C, 180 degrees. Okay, so that's formula number one. The sum of the angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. Okay. And so that's what you need to do for number one. Okay.
Same unit here.
Yeah, that's question number one. All right, so next is number two and number three. So then you have here the the right triangle, a right triangle. Is a triangle with one angle equal to 90 degrees. Okay, so this angle is usually denoted by C. So C is almost used for to indicate a 90-degree angle. Right. And so then the version then of A and B are the other angles. In a right triangle, then A plus B is equal to 9 degrees. Okay. Because C is always understood to be 9 degrees. Okay. Okay, so this is 9 degrees. So angle A plus angle B would be 90 degrees. Okay, any question? The next part is the special right triangle, 45, 45, 90 degree. So, special right triangle. Which is the first one is 45 degree, 45 degree, and 90 degree. So in this case, this is half of a square. This triangle is half of a square. Okay. So why is it half of a square? So if you just flip it over, then this is 45, and so this has to be 45 degrees. And so they're both 45 and 45. And so then the two triangles are congruent, so therefore they form together the square, because that means that the sides are the same. So I mean the leg are equals. Okay. So this is A, and that's A. And then for right triangle, we have the Pythagorean theorem. For right triangle. So that says that in a right triangle with hypotenuse C and two sides A and B, then you have A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. Okay, so let's verify using number 2. Okay, so we did number 2, which is 5 centimeters, and then so we want to measure off the hypotenuse, right? So how long is the hypotenuse? The hypotenuse is 7. Looks like 7.1 something, right? 7.15. 7.15 centimeters.
If we did 7.1 on our test.
No, we just I'm just showing you that this formula is true, and we just do it. We're not proving it. We're just verifying it. So we just use measurements.
But do we have to do 2 decimals?
1 decimal is good enough.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So then, so using the number 2, what you have this measurement there. 5.5, and you check. So 7.15 square equal to question mark 5 square plus 5 square. So that gave you 25 plus 25, which is 50. So what's 7.15 square? 7.15 square is 51.125. Okay, so a little bit bigger, but that's pretty close. Okay. So as far as measurement goes, it's not too bad. Okay. So this will show you that this is true. So then for the 45, 45, and 90, you have the special formula. Okay, so this is A, this is A. Okay. So 45 and 45 triangle, and you have the two sides are equal to the same length A, and so the hypotenuse C square would be A square plus A square, or C would be C square is 2A square, square root, C is A root 2. Okay, and so you use that formula for number 3. So use this A root 2 for number 3 and number 2. Okay, to do the algebra part. Okay, any question on that one? All right, so next then is the 30, 60, and 90 degree triangle. So next is 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree right triangle. Okay. So this triangle is 1/2 of an equilateral triangle. equilateral, I mean all sides equal. Okay, so that would be, which number is it? That would be something like number 4. So GO number 4. Okay, so that's pretty close there. Oh, so that's not good, but anyhow. So if you the same trick that we did before. Okay, so this is 60 degree, that's a 30 degree, and you draw a mirror image on the other side. So that would be 30 degrees, and this is also 60 degrees. Okay, and so what you have here, this would be an equiangular triangle, or equilateral is the same thing as equiangular. Angular. How do you spell angular? So this is all sides equal. All sides equal versus all angles equal. Okay. So in this case, they're all equal to 60 degrees. Okay. So therefore, if the side of the if the side of the leg is A, so if the shortest leg is A, then the hypotenuse is 2A. And so for the formula, what you need is this relationship right there. Okay, so that's A, and this would be 2A for the 60 degree and 30 degree triangle. And so, of course, where's the height equal to? And so this is where you use the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so which is what 2A square is A square plus H square. So 2A is the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse square is the sum of the square of the two legs. And so what you have is 4A square is A square plus H square minus A square minus A square. H square is 3A square, so square root. H is A root 3. A root 3. And so you use that for number 4 and number 5. Okay, any question on that one? And of course, what's the formula for the area of a square? P. So area of a square is equal to, area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. And well, the perimeter.
Perimeter is
Distance
A
around.
plus B plus C.
Yeah, distance around. So A plus B plus C. Okay, so the base somehow could be anything. So so you use that for number 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, any question on it? All right, so let me do number 2 complete, right, since I did earlier. So let's go back and revisit number 2. The algebra portions. Right, so here you have 45, 45. One of the lake is 5 centimeters. So again, this is not a very accurate drawing, but 45, 45, 5. Okay. So next, using property of 45, 45, 90. So what property is that? A, root 2. Okay, so whichever A happens to be, this formula is always true. So therefore, how much, what is this side? It has to be what? 5. So what, this side has to be what?
Wait, no, a squared, 5.
5 root 2. All right, so if you read the question, it says, find the length of the other leg. So the length of the other leg is 5. Hypotenuse is 5 root 2. And so find the using the definition of perimeter. Perim is A plus A plus A root 2. And so 2A plus A root 2. So I'm sorry, I should put the numbers in. So the number should be 5 plus 5 plus 5 root 2.
7.15.
So it's how much?
It's 17.1.
17.1. Okay. And then area is 1/2 base times height.
Times 5,
So 1/2 times
5,
times 5
times 5
times 5,
equals 12.5.
12.5. Okay, so that's we complete number 2. Okay, so this is the algebra part for the drawing that we did for number 2. Question on? All right, so you do number 3 in the same way, except number 3, the hypotenuse is 8 centimeters. So you have to draw a diagram and then find out what A is and fill it up. All right, so it's not hard, you can do it. All right, so then number 4, 30, 60, and 90 degrees. So revisit number 4. Okay, so 60, 30, 90, number 4. The shortest leg is 3 centimeters. 3 centimeters. Find the length of the other leg, the hypotenuse, and the perimeter and the area. So then using property of the 30, 60, 90 degree triangle, which are this A, 2A, A root 3. 60. Okay, so what must A be? A must be equal to 3. So what must the height be? Well, A is 3,
3
root 3. And what must the hypotenuse be?
6.
6. All right, so then P is 3 plus 3 root 3 plus 6. And use a calculator. And then A is 1/2 times 3 times 3